high, the more affluent Indians from India came on their own to seek opportunities. The doctors, the lawyers, the administrative staffs, engineers, nurses, and so on. So that was the beginning of the 20th century. So once they are here, so they are established themselves, they're happy with the way things were going, they have settled fully. Then they wanted to have a place where they could meet socially, culturally, and sporting activities, with sporting activities. So a very enthusiastic group of Indians, you name it, in every aspect of life, got together on Good Friday, March 30th, 1923. So they wanted to form the first association, and they wanted to call it Singapore Indian Association. So they were very enthusiastic crowd, and I mean so many proposals and counter proposals. So finally, after 4 hours of debating, and they agreed. Finally, they agreed that a draft constitution was accepted, and then the first committee was selected. So I wanted to read the name: M.H. Dawood, B.A. Malal, R. Jumaboy, J.M. Doreraj, E.J. Davies, R.B. Krishna, Dr. Chota Singh, Mir Baizda, and many more. So they agreed to form the association, and immediately they start functioning rental places at first. So there were so many activities they found to keep them going, and from 1923 they were very active. They continue doing sporting activities, debating, library. The books were donated by many Indians, and then other activities. So they were very busy, keep going, and the membership was increasing manifold since 1923. So at the end of the 40s, after the war, the Second World War, they realized that they need to function on their own premises. So they decided to raise funds, and after raising funds, the Pandit Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, was coming to Southeast Asia, especially to Singapore. So they requested him to lay the foundation at Balestier Road. So thus, we had a building at least in the making, and the building committee worked so hard, very, very hard. They went around and collect funds. Didn't collect the full amount, but at least they could pay off 3/4 or 75% of it, and then later they paid off all. Then functioning well, because own association got a big field for sporting activities: cricket, hockey, football, you name it, everything is there. And then there were activities. But because they know, people know that there was a lot of space available, and many members joined the Singapore Indian Association to be part of the making of the sporting activity, the cultural activities, and on. And then as a result, the place became smaller because the membership is manifold increased. So then they wanted to make an extension to the building. As a result, they started a second building fund again, And at that time, the United Nations chairman was Vijayalakshmi Pandit, sister of Nehru. And then she was coming to Singapore or passing by Singapore. So the officials requested her to come and lay the foundation stone. And then the building completed in 1954. So the first club building was in 1951, and 3 years later the extension was completed in 1954. Thus, the building that stands today at the Balestier is the original, and our predecessors have worked very hard, very, very hard to raise funds and build both the building and the extension. So we are very grateful. We all must be grateful for their hard work, for the future generation to enjoy. And I wish that the government of the day that will allow us to continue function from the area there. Mrs. Vilasini Menon, a lawyer at that time, she created history by contesting in 1951 the Sletha Award as a legislative councillor. But those days, legislative council, because of legislative council, so you have to stand for election and win the election, then you will become a legislative councillor. Nowadays we call it MP, Member of Parliament, those days councillor. So she was the first lady in Singapore elected to the Legislative Council. She contested the election in 1951 and won the seat. So the Indian community must have been very proud news, and we too now think about it. In 1951, she was the first lady in Singapore to win the election. We are proud of it. Pillai Road, that was for Narayana Pillai, the first Indian who set foot here, and so many things. And on the whole, the Indian Association has done the Indian community proud. We have started our journey in 1923, and we are still continuing it. But there were so many years, so many committees, so many determined Indians who served the Indian Association to serve the community, and we must be thankful to all of them. And their names will be enshrined in the history of Indian Association, and there's no doubt about it. Now, I joined the Indian Association in 1971 as a member, and later become a life member. And subsequently, I've served the committee in various capacities as a committee member, treasurer, general secretary, vice president, eventually as the president in 1981 to 1983. During my period of time, my main achievement, I would say, celebrating the 50th Golden Jubilee anniversary in 1981. 81 is not the date where we have reached 50. We have reached 50 earlier, 8 years earlier. But we have, the previous committees overlooked it. So when I came into the committee, at that time I was the vice president, so I suggested to the committee we should celebrate the Golden Jubilee, and they readily agreed. And at that time I happened to be the chairman of the social committee. And then a different organizing committee was formed to celebrate the 50th Golden Jubilee anniversary in a very grand scale. And we did it at Singapore National Theatre, a 3,200 capacity place, and we had 2 days function, a very grand one. We brought in Indian artists from Tamil Nadu, and they contributed. Many top artists of that time, they came in and they took part in the show and then made the function a very grand one. Never before such a shows were organized before in Indian Association. So we are proud that during my time, so we did this. We organized the Golden Jubilee Anniversary of Indian Association. Then later also we did some cultural show. We brought in legendary singers from India and organized again at the National Theatre time. I have used the opportunity to use the Tamil language wherever possible. In both the 50th Golden Jubilee Anniversary Commemorative magazine and also the second show that we did, legendary singers show, we did at National Theatre. We came out a commemorative magazine. In both the magazine, I have used Tamil language as far as possible. So that, I mean, the opportunity has been given as a national language, as an official language, for official language. Tamil is one of the languages. So why not we make use of it? And so we have done that. During our 100 years in existence, Tamil language has been used signage of the Indian Association building together with English. So in 100 years, we can see Tamil language on the building of the Indian Association as a signage. I proposed, I felt as an official language, the other races, they use the language on the buildings in Singapore. So the Chinese and the Malays and others, they used their language. So I say, why not we also follow suit? And because Indian Tamil is one of the 4 official languages. So the committee agreed, the committee of that period, they agreed my suggestion. They accepted my proposal, put it to vote at the AGM held in 2022. And it was overwhelmingly 85% of the members present voted for the Tamil language to be on the SS signage. That's a very good sign, and it happened during the 100-year celebration. I would like to say, during the 100 years of Indian Association existence, there had been many men and women who served Indian Association without any exception they give the best to the community, Indian community, and the members of the club. So we must be grateful and thankful to all those who have worked very, very hard for what the Indian Association is today. It's all because of those who came before us, many years before us, 100 years before us. They started working, relentless, never stopped, even for a moment, and they worked again and again and again. A new committee formed, but they all got one purpose in their mind, just to serve the Indian community. I have been in the Indian Association for the past 52 years. I've served within my means, whatever I could. The opportunity that the opportunity itself given to me to celebrate the 50th anniversary celebrations, and now we are going to celebrate the 100-year celebrations on 9th of December this year, during this centennial celebrations. So I cannot ask for more. I celebrated the 50th anniversary. I am also part of the 100-year celebrations. I'm very thankful to God and my family too, because their understanding only allowed me to serve so many years the Indian Association. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my serving and serving the community and serving the members. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.